Before we begin, take a deep breath and get comfortable. Today, you are not just going to listen to a story. You are going to experience English in a natural and effortless way. No memorizing, no pressure. Just listening, imagining, and enjoying. This story is designed to help you learn English the same way children learn their first language, by listening carefully and letting the words flow naturally into your mind. So don't worry if you don't understand every word. Just relax, follow the emotions, and allow your brain to learn step by step. As you listen, try to picture every scene: the ocean, the wind, the silence, and the light guiding the way. The more you imagine, the more your English will grow. And if you enjoy learning English through stories like this, don't forget to subscribe and activate the notification bell so you never miss a new adventure. Many more stories are waiting for you. Now, let's begin. I never planned to spend my summer on a small island. Honestly, I wanted a normal vacation, sleeping late, watching movies, and doing nothing important. But life sometimes chooses different plans for us. My name is Ryan, and this story began the day my grandmother called me. "Ryan," she said, "I need your help." Her voice sounded serious. My grandmother almost never asked for help. She was strong, independent, and full of energy even at 70 years old. "What happened?" I asked. "The old lighthouse needs someone to look after it for a few weeks," she said. "And I think you are the right person." "A lighthouse?" I laughed. "Grandma, I don't know anything about lighthouses." "You will learn," she replied calmly. "Sometimes the best adventures start when we don't know what we're doing." I didn't know then how right she was. 2 days later, I stood on a small boat moving toward Greystone Island. The ocean stretched endlessly around me. The wind smelled like salt, and waves hit the boat again and again. The lighthouse appeared slowly through the fog, tall, white, and lonely on a rocky hill. It looked ancient. "This is your stop," the boat driver said. "That's it?" I asked. He nodded. "Boat comes back in 3 weeks." 3 weeks. Suddenly, the island felt very far from the world. I carried my bag up the rocky path. The lighthouse door opened with a loud creak. Inside, everything smelled old: wood, metal, and sea air. There was a small kitchen, a bed, and a spiral staircase leading upward. At the top was the light. Huge glass windows surrounded it, showing the endless ocean. I felt small, but also strangely peaceful. That night, the wind grew strong. Waves crashed loudly against the rocks below. The lighthouse shook slightly. I couldn't sleep. Around midnight, I heard something. Footsteps. Slow, heavy, above me. I sat up quickly. "That's impossible," I whispered. I was alone on the island. I grabbed a flashlight and climbed the stairs carefully. Step by step, my heart beat fast. When I reached the top, nothing was there. Only the light turning slowly and the ocean shining in the dark. I laughed nervously. "Just your imagination," I told myself. But deep inside, I wasn't sure. The next morning, sunlight filled the lighthouse. Everything looked normal again. While exploring, I found an old wooden box under the stairs. It was covered in dust. Inside, there were notebooks, dozens of them. Each one belonged to a different lighthouse keeper. The first notebook was dated 1952. I opened it carefully. The writing was neat but faded. "The light must never stop. Ships depend on it. But something strange happens here at night." I stopped reading. a cold feeling moved through me. Every notebook mentioned strange sounds, shadows, and unexplained events. One sentence appeared again and again. The island protects a secret. I closed the notebook slowly. What secret? I whispered. 3 days later, dark clouds covered the sky. The radio announced a strong storm coming. Winds became violent. Rain hit the windows like stones. That evening, the lighthouse light suddenly flickered. Then it went out. My stomach dropped. The notebook's warning returned to my mind. The light must never stop. I ran upstairs. The machine was old, full of gears and wires. I didn't understand how it worked, but I knew ships needed that light. Outside, thunder shook the sky. I searched desperately until I found a manual hidden in a drawer. My hands trembled as I followed the instructions. Turn the switch. Check the fuel line. Restart the engine. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then, the light came back to life, shining across the ocean. Relief filled my chest. At that exact moment, lightning illuminated the sea, and I saw something impossible. A shadow near the rocks below. A person. The storm ended the next morning, but I couldn't forget what I saw. Someone was on the island. I followed the rocky shore carefully until I found footprints leading toward a cliff. Behind large rocks, I discovered a hidden opening, a cave. Inside, the air was cool and quiet. "Hello?" I called. No answer. But deeper inside, I found equipment, ropes, cameras, and diving gear. Someone had been living here secretly. Suddenly, a voice spoke behind me. "You're not supposed to be here." I turned quickly. A young woman stood at the entrance. She looked surprised, but not angry. "I should say the same thing," I replied. She hesitated, then sighed. "My name is Maya," she said. "I'm a marine researcher." She explained that she was studying rare sea animals near the island. The area was protected, and she worked alone to avoid attention. "The lighthouse helps me," she added. "Its light attracts certain fish at night." I told her about the notebooks and strange stories. She smiled slightly. "People fear what they don't understand," she said. But then her expression changed. "Still, this island does have mysteries." That night, Maya joined me at the lighthouse. We watched the ocean together. Near midnight, glowing shapes appeared under the water. Thousands of tiny lights moving together. I stared in amazement. "What is that?" "Bioluminescent plankton," she said softly. "They glow when disturbed." The waves turned blue and silver, lighting the sea like stars. "It happens only a few times each year," she explained. "The lighthouse keeps ships safe, but it also protects this natural wonder." Suddenly, everything made sense. The secret wasn't something scary. It was something beautiful. The keepers protected the light because it protected life, both human and natural. On my last night, another storm arrived, stronger than before. The lighthouse engine failed again. This time, smoke filled the room. I panicked, but remembered everything I learned. Calm down. Think. Act. With Maya's help, we repaired the system just minutes before a cargo ship passed the island. When the light turned on again, its beam cut through the storm like hope itself. The ship changed direction safely. We both cheered. In that moment, I understood why the lighthouse mattered so much. It wasn't just a building. It was responsibility. 3 weeks passed quickly. When the boat returned, I felt different from the person who arrived. Stronger, calmer, braver. Before leaving, I wrote in a new notebook, "The island's secret is not fear, it is trust. Trust in light, in nature, and in ourselves." As the boat moved away, I looked back at the lighthouse standing proudly against the sky. I realized something important. Sometimes we travel far away not to escape life, but to discover who we really are. And even now, whenever I see light shining across dark water, I remember that lonely island and the summer that changed me forever.